from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Good evening and welcome to the National News broadcast, bringing to you live from the National News Studios here at the ChannelEye Rupavahini Corporation. We are ready to bring you the top stories here at home and around the world. I am Charita Vinipurarachi.
And I'm Hushain Ali. Let's have a look at the headlines first.
An increase in the rainfall anticipated from October to December. The President instructs officials to expedite the program to bring 5 million tourists annually to the country. The national television felicitated with gold and silver awards. The People's China Radio and Television Institute enters into an agreement with the national television. A surgery on the injured Tusker Agbo. 63 persons die in a boat accident carrying migrants.
On to those stories and others in detail, and your top story for tonight is: the Department of Meteorology predicts an increase in rainfall in the island from next October to December.
It adds that, however, a decline in rainfall may occur from December to April next year. Director of the Meteorology Department, Athula Karunanayaka, said that an El Nino condition during the intermonsoon period would increase rainfall in the months of October, November and up to middle of December. He added that global analysis has clearly indicated that from the end of December till the next April, there would be less rainfall in Sri Lanka as a result of El Nino condition. Meanwhile, 15 districts in the island are facing a problem of drinking water due to prevailing dry weather condition throughout the island. Director General of Disaster Management Centre, Major General Sudhan Ranasinghe, said that in the past 1.5 months, 181,671 persons in 52,435 families have been provided with drinking water. He added that water is being supplied to a methodological manner with the assistance of divisional secretaries and the district secretaries. Water is also being provided to schools and hospitals. General Manager of the National Water Supply and Drainage Board, Vasantha Ilangasinghe, said that according to their calculations, a domestic unit consumes 120 litres of water. Out of this quantity, 40 litres are being used for drinking and 20 with the rest of water for cooking purposes. The General Manager requests residents to use the essential 40 litres from pipes and to fulfill additional volume from a well or other water resources. Surveys are being carried out to provide compensation for cultivations affected by dry weather condition. State Minister Shantha Bandara has expressed opinion in this regard at a media briefing today. State Minister Shantha Bandara said that if they follow the compensation procedures of 2018, there would arise a huge disparity between 2018 and 2023. It is unreasonable for the farmers to follow the 2018 compensation method this year. He has requested the government to calculate the expenditure in a simple manner and to allocate the compensation amount for each hectare of land. And meanwhile, President Ranil Wickremesinghe has instructed relevant officials to fulfill the target of bringing 5 million tourists annually to Sri Lanka.
And the order has been given at a discussion held to inquire progress of the program being implemented to promote tourism industry in Sri Lanka. Appointed to provide necessary recommendations to establish Sri Lanka and main tourist destination have attended the meeting at the President's office. Short, medium and long-term plans to make Sri Lanka an attractive and comfortable destination for tourists have been discussed at length. The President has also inquired on the role to be played by the private sector to uplift the tourism industry. It has also been pointed out that 95% of the strategies in the plan prepared by the Ministry of Tourism and the affiliated institutes until the year 2025 have already been completed. Minister Harin Fernando said at the talks that tourism promotion programs have been planned targeting the Asia Cup tournament. Attention has also been drawn to minimize congestion at the airports and parks.
There will be one economic commission that will look at the overall our targets, what we have to do, and the contribution they have to make. Then I recommended an investment infrastructure corporation. They'll look after investment zones, tourist zones, technology zones, everything. That is their concern. So the others need not get worried about it. Now on the tourism side also, matching that will be a big council which is just going into policy, looking at what is happening and also reviewing what is taking place. Nothing to do with administration. So that will be called, I don't know, I thought of calling it Visit Sri Lanka Council, some other this thing. It should be that. Under that, there will be a tourism agency which will ensure implementation of some of those proposals. 9 provincial tourism boards, they must look after part of it, and each tourist board can appoint local committees. Southern one can appoint for Galle, for Hikkadu, whatever they want. Who can appoint for Badulla, Bandar, like that. They'll decide together with the Ministry of Tourism and the council. Then we'll have directors there. The hotel school, I think we should make it into an independent top class school.
And meanwhile, the engineering division of the National Television was felicitated with a Golden Award, and the Nana Mihira of Education Division of the corporation with a silver medal at the 2023 National Project Management Excellence Award ceremony in Colombo last evening.
The ceremony, held for the 6th time, aims to enhance local skills in the global project management sector. Trophies were presented to winners under 21 categories. Many local, state and private project management institutes have been recommended for awards. Project managers of many countries including the US, Poland and India have also attended the event. Chairman of the COPE Committee, Parliamentarian Professor Ranjit Bandara, was the chief guest. The engineering division was handed over the Gold Award due to its optimal usage in project management strategies relating to the promotion of HD technology.
Winner Best Managed Project in Media and Advertising Sector goes to Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation. SLRC Rupavahini main channel on cable and satellite platforms.
The Nana Mihira project was granted the award in recognition of its services in the social development and social hospitality sectors.
And the runner-up for Best Managed Community Development CSR project goes to this Nana Mihira project. The children spread in every corner of the country are benefited with well-reputed and talented academic panel.
The best project in the private sector was presented by Oral IT Private Company. The Department of the Registration Companies received an award for the best project management in the state sector. The event has been organized by the President of the Project Management Institute Sri Lanka branch, and a group including founder of the project management professionals body, Lee Lambert, was also present.
And in the meantime, the National Television and the administration of the National Radio and Television of the People's Republic of China have signed a permit agreement yesterday. As a result, Sri Lankan viewers will be accorded the opportunity to watch many popular Chinese television programs over national television in future.
The agreement, which is valid for a period of 2 years, was signed in Kunming City in China. Accordingly, 3 mega teledrama series, 4 documentary programs, 3 cartoon program series are to be telecasted via the national television. The viewers will also be given the chance to watch once again the Chinese teledrama Ode to Joy, which was earlier dubbed and telecast under the title Kirilio. The agreement has also granted the national television the right to dub the second episode of the teledrama and to telecast. The proposal to sign the agreement has been presented by Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena and received cabinet approval. Deputy Director General of the International Cooperation Division of the Chinese National Broadcasting and Television Administration, Zhang Ni, and Chairman of the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation, Dr. Prasad Samarasinghe, have signed the agreement on behalf of the Chinese government and the Sri Lankan National Television, respectively.
And could you please give us some comments about this cooperation and what can we expect in the future?
Thank you very much, the government of China as well. And thank you for other partners surrounding the countries. And we really demanding, the Sri Lankans are demanding, one series went on Sri Lanka, and they were asking when is they are going to get the second series. Thanks to the team and the behind, and today we got the approval and to transmit and dubbing on the Sri Lankan language. It's called Sinhala, the language also, so that it will go to their hearts very closely. And I'm sure the culture will be adapted to them. At the same way, we also want to give the local language once to China. At the same time, we will be able to take this forward and to have a very much fruitful collaboration in the near future. Thank you very much.
And meanwhile, the historic Asala Festival of Kandy has commenced today with the cup planting at auspicious moment at dawn. Cup planting is a prior to the commencement of the Asala pageant. The cup was bought from the Dadimunda Devalaya yesterday according to the ancient traditions. It was divided into 4 and distributed among 4 Mahadevalayas last evening. Conducted centering on the Vishnu Devalaya, the cup planting was conducted at the auspicious time of 6-7 am today. The award Nilame of the Sri Dalanda Baligava Pradeep Nilankadala, Basnayak Nilame of the Vishnu Devalaya Mahindaratwata were also present on this occasion. The first internal Perahara of the 4 Mahadevalayas was conducted at dawn today. The second internal Perahara was scheduled to parade the streets tonight.
Indonesia celebrated its 78th Independence Day today. A special ceremony to mark the Indonesian independence was held this morning in Colombo. The ceremony was organized by the Indonesian Embassy in Colombo under the patronage of Ambassador Dewi Gustina Tobing. Ceremonial activities began with the flag hoisting event. Number of cultural activities have been organized to mark the Independence Day. Indonesian nationals who live in Sri Lanka participated in the ceremony in their national costumes, adding glamour to the festival.
Merdeka! Merdeka!
Come to the stage. Thank you.
Dan foto dulu.
Today, we celebrate here in the Indonesian Embassy the 78th Independence Day of Indonesia. We gather here with Indonesian community, and at the same time, we also invite some friends from Sri Lanka, representative of religious from Buddhist, Hindu, Catholic, Protestant as well as Muslim. We are so happy today with the joy and expression of everybody, Indonesian and also Sri Lankan, that coming to our Independence Day celebration today. Hopefully, in the near future, we will engage more dear friends Sri Lankan to know about Indonesian culture, about Indonesian people, so we could also strengthen our people-to-people between the two countries even stronger and stronger.
And several medical teams have jointly conducted a surgery on the injured Tusker Agbo today. The elephant has been continuously provided treatment and food by the Department of Wildfire since the day of the reporting of the injury on the 12th of June. The leg of the animal was subjected to a scan test on a previous occasion. It was once again scanned and subjected to an X-ray examination. Therefore, the leg wound was treated and more treatment sessions are to be conducted later on. More antibiotics and food are to be provided to the Akbo tusker.
The third stage of the national action to prevent the spread of dengue mosquito, jointly conducted by the National Television and the Mortein Institute, is being implemented today, centering on the Kalatura district. The National Action Program to educate children on the prevention of the spread of dengue mosquito has been implemented at the Kalatura Vidyalaya this morning. Therefore, action was taken to clean the Kalatura beachfront. The Mortein Institute is providing assistance to the National Television in these programs. Meanwhile, President Ranil Wickremesinghe says that an education system in line with the latest technology and which could face future global challenges will be introduced to the country.
He has made these remarks addressing the 2019 and 2020 prize-giving ceremony at the Anula Vidyalaya in Nugegoda last evening. This was the first occasion of a president arriving at the school. Principal of Anula Vidyalaya, Vayoni Vishaka Rajapaksha, has welcomed the president and handed him a souvenir. President Ranil Wickremesinghe said that two crucial events that had taken place during this century has been the climatic change and the change in the world economy. He added that by the year 2050, the world community have to take all measures to control climatic changes. He also said the UN Secretary General stated that the Paris Climatic Agreement as alone will not be sufficient to control the issue. The President has also pointed out the need to include climate-related programs on the school level. He further said that artificial intelligence and robotic technology are changing the world order in an unimaginable fashion. He further said that these technologies would add between $300 to $700 trillion to the global economy by the middle of this century. The President also said that the country should build as much as universities as possible and include English language courses. However, the government funds could not be allocated for all these purposes. More foreign universities should be set up through the funds of non-governmental institutions. The President further said that they will provide more facilities to all students. Ministers Dr. Susil Premachandra, Dr. Bandulu Gunawardena, Pavitra Vanyarachi, Chief of Staff of President Sagala Ratnayaka, Governor of the Western Province, Marshal of the Air Force Roshan Gunatilaka were among those who attended the ceremony. And the Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi says that his country is ready to assist Sri Lanka to effectively face the challenges on the financial debt.
And he has given this assurance when he met visiting the Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena yesterday. The meeting was held in parallel to the 7th Chinese South Asian exhibition being conducted in Yunnan province in Kunming. The Chinese minister has also stressed that Sri Lanka has always been a confidential strategical partner and always acted in a friendly manner with China. China continuously extends support to Sri Lanka to preserve the country's sovereignty and national pride. Minister Wang Yi also said China is willing to exchange diplomatic experiences and to strengthen partnership in many fields with Sri Lanka. Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena said Sri Lanka and China will act to achieve self-sufficiency in food in Sri Lanka and to expedite growth in major industries in the country.
And in a bid to fortify Sri Lanka's fiscal stability and streamline revenue collection by enhancing the state tax mechanism, Chairman of the Sectoral Oversight Committee on National Economic and Physical Planning, Parliamentarian Mahindananda Alutgamage revealed that necessary measures have been initiated to promptly amend the Inland Revenue Ordinance. He made these remarks addressing a media conference held at the Presidential Media Centre today under the theme Collective Path to a Stable Country. Chairman of the Sectoral Oversight Committee on National Economic and Physical Planning, Parliamentarian Mahindananda Alutgamage highlighted the pivotal role of three major revenue-generating entities, the Inland Revenue Department, Customs and Excise Department, in achieving these goals. With an anticipated state tax revenue target of 3,105 billion rupees for the current year, a rigorous assessment reveals that only 1,179 billion rupees have been collected so far from these institutions. He emphasized that these institutions' restructuring is imperative, and the IMF has conveyed to the government the need of achieving stipulated targets by December of the present year. In response to this, an evaluation report assessing the feasibility of these objectives across the three concerned institutions has been complied. This report is scheduled for submissions to the Parliament. The committee's view is that without an essential restructuring of these three entities, the government's capacity to realize its envisioned goals would be significantly impeded. And now let's move on to some more local news items in brief. The National Water Supply and Drainage Board says an 18-hour water cut will be imposed in many areas from 8 o'clock in the morning on the 19th to 2 o'clock in the morning in the following day. The areas where the cut has been implemented are Colombo, Dehiwala, Mount Lavinia, Kotte, Kaduvera Urban Council, Maharagama, Boralasgama, Kolonnawa Divisional Secretariat area, Kotikawatta, Mulleriyawa Divisional Secretariat, Ratmalana and Katubedda. The blue sapphire found in a gem mine in Kaltange, Kawatta was sold at a higher price of 430 million rupees. It has been confirmed that this blue sapphire is of 99 carat variety. A gem mechanic in the Palmadulla purchased the gem at the gem auction in Kawatta.
W.A.D. Pereira, who has functioned as the Director Engineering of the ChannelEye Rupavahini Corporation, has passed away at the age of 86 years. W.A.D. Pereira, who had joined the national television as a senior technical officer in the year 1982, was involved in the construction of Pidru Talagala and Studio Number 3. He had undergone training in several countries, including Japan and Malaysia. The remains lie at residence in Angurua Thota Road, Horana, and the final rites are scheduled to be conducted at the Horana General Cemetery at 4 p.m. tomorrow.
Stay tuned with international news after this break.
Hot and spicy fun vibe එක විවර කරන්න beat එක remake කරන්නට වෙන්න හදවත වහවලා යන්න ගින්දර passion කරන්න fun උතුරන්න කොත්තමි kick එක මෙන්න TikTok viral යනවා නැතිව trending වෙනවා hot පහසක් නැවසෙනවා spicy රස වැටෙනවා prima කොත්තමි fun තමයි.
Welcome back after the break. And on foreign news, more than 60 people are feared dead after a boat carrying mostly Senegalese migrants capsized off the coast of Cape Verde in the Atlantic Ocean. The boat left Senegal on July 10th with 101 passengers on board and 38 people were rescued on Tuesday, Senegal's foreign ministry said in a statement late on Tuesday. It was not immediately clear when the incident occurred. The survivors were on the Cape Verde island of Sal, where Senegal is liaising with authorities for their repatriation, and the ministry said. One of the survivors was from Guinea-Bissau. The Atlantic migration route from the coast of West Africa to the Canary Islands, typically used by African migrants trying to reach Spain, is one of the world's deadliest. Summer, it is its busiest period. At least 559 people died attempting to reach the Canary Islands in 2022, while 126 people died or went missing on the same route in the first 6 months of this year, with 15 shipwrecks recorded, according to International Organization for Migration.
Terima Kutumi Pantamai.
Welcome back with your sports update, and it's cricket and the Lanka Premier League. So the Dambulla Ora team has secured a 6-wicket victory against the Galle team in the first qualifying matches which is played at R. Premdas Stadium with regard to the Lanka Premier League cricket encounter.
The Dambulla team, after winning the toss, invited the Galle team to bat first. The Galle team were all out for 146 runs. Lasith Crispole scored 80 runs and Henry Kerr captured 3 wickets. The Dambulla team fulfilled the victory target of 147 runs in the final over of the 20 overs. Kusal Janit Pereira 53 and Kusal Mendes 49. The Dambulla team has been qualified for the final match in the 4th stage of the Lanka Premier League cricket tournament. A match between Kandy and Jaffna teams was scheduled to be played tonight, and the winner of tonight's match will be qualified to play against the Galle team next Saturday. The Sri Lankan team participating in the World Athletic Championship tournament has left for Hungary this morning. Sri Lanka will participate in the 400-meter men's relay event, and Nadesha Dilhani Lekagumge will also compete in the women's javelin throwing event. Aruna Darshana has also been qualified to represent the country in the 400-meter event. The other members of the relay team are Kalinga Kumarage, Rajit Rajkaruna, Pamsaraniku, Pasindu Kodikara and Dinukar Deshan.
Terima Kutumi Pantamai.
And with that, we conclude tonight's news. Do just tomorrow at the very same time. I'm Charita.